Okay, well, hello down there. I am putting the zipper in the other sleeve, and so we're going to thread this machine with the orange thread for on top to put the zipper back onto the placket to put it back in the sleeve, because we are changing out the zipper from this color, from the black, from this one. This is the original zipper right here, and we're putting in the orange one. And keeping with the Harley Davidson colors. So to thread this machine, you have your thread here, and it comes through this thread guide, and then it goes under here. And this is mainly, most machines are like this. There is another guide on the front, just right here. And for me to turn this around to show you how this goes towards the front, and I'll flip it back. You thread it through this thread guide here. It comes down behind the tension arm or tension guide. Here's your thread arm here. It comes up, you slide it through the slot. When you come down, you want to go into this thread guide. There's another thread guide there, and then there's one right in front of the needle. Because I'm stitching on leather, I'm using a number 20 needle in my machine to make sure that I am getting stitches. And then the thread goes through the needle from the front to the back as always. And I just need to remember in doing this little project that when I go to putting the actual placket with the new zipper on it in the sleeve, I have to switch my thread back to black on top. So it'll be black on top and black on the bottom. Right now I've got orange on top and black on the bottom, which is fine. This light here is kind of hard to see if I've got my thread through the needle or not, and I do. Now this machine is missing it's a heavy duty penny 0104, and it's missing the bobbin door, but that doesn't deter the functionality of it. I may have it around here somewhere. I got this second hand, but it's a workhorse, so that's why I don't mind that that door isn't there. Now, I guess I'm going to have to do this way so y'all can see. Anyway, this is going to be a little awkward, but I'm going to give it a whack. Get this out of the way. And so we have the placket. The zipper I have from the right side folded under the end tabs here, and I put a pin in them to hold them in place temporarily until I can get down to that part to be stitched. Got the tablecloth, everything's getting in the way. I've also marked on here where this is going to stop when I go to stitch up one side, across, and then back down the other side. So you want to make sure you don't catch your zipper pull caught into it when you're stitching it. So you want your zipper completely open, because we're going to stitch it onto this and then into the sleeve. So let's see if I can do this from this angle. This is not going to be that easy, but some individuals will want to like see it work, and I'm doing the best I can with camera angles and not mess up the zipper for this project. So like this. You have to understand, if you're trying to decide what kind of sewing machine you want to use. This machine does everything any modern machine does. It has all kinds of stitch dials and this and that. It has color coding where it has your regular stitches, regular straight and zigzag, and then it has the stretch stitches and decorative stitches, and they just change the dial. There's not a whole lot of brain work on these vintage machines. They all use typically a foot pedal. The foot pedal is, you just have to imagine, I'm going to be using my foot on this. You put your foot on the pedal and you press it. However hard you press it makes it go faster or slower. You let up on it, it's going to slow down. You push down on it, it's going to go faster. So you just have to learn to regulate your foot pressure. And the way you do that is you practice. You get scraps of fabric, and you, especially if it's a new machine and you haven't used it before, you want to get to know how powerful the motor is and how much pressure you need to add. So every foot pedal works exactly the same. So if you're thinking they work differently, they don't. You put your foot on, it goes. You let your foot up, it slows down, and then it stops. So it's not rocket ship science. Some people think that there's like some secret to foot pedal, and there's not. It's how hard you press it. And I don't have the camera angle to show you that. So I did a couple stitches forward. Now I have to let go of this, and I can't guide it, but it's in there. So I have to push my reverse button and then just let it kind of slowly go backwards a couple of stitches. That's to secure it. Because like I said, when this goes in the sleeve, part of the sleeve is actually going to go over the end of that and encase it into it. But you'll see that when we get to that part. I'm going to have to turn this around because I'm going to miss the zipper. I was trying to do it that way, but you see where I'm going. Now I'm not going to stitch across at this spot where it stops because it'll break the needle. So I'm going to leave the thread in it, and I'm going to skip over to this side and do the same thing, only going the opposite direction. But I need to have the zipper all the way open so I can pull that to the edge, that edge of the black. That's just the interfacing, that edge of black right there. Okay. Let's get it in. If I leave it there, it's going to break it. I'm going to leave it in that position. This is the part that can be tedious, but you just take your time. You do not want to sew into those metal teeth. What you do want to get as close as you can. Now, that pin will break my needle if I'm not careful. I got the needle in, let's press your foot up and take that pin out. This way. Oh, no, baby. There we go. So that's on there. And you want to test the zipper, make sure it zips shut and opens up fine. That other pin out of that side. And twist it out. This is how you can tell if you stitched through the teeth or not. You don't want to do that. I may have pulled it back a little too far. I think I did. But when I go to put it in the actual sleeve, I will make up for that. You see how it was unevenly cut on the back with the manufacturer, but it zips shut and it opens up. Next time, we're going to put this in the sleeve.